So we got this guy here again today. Got all the shoes on. The wind's not blowing to the point where my camera's shaking so bad that it looks like this and all you hear is shh. So we're going to try this today and see how he does. We'll get a good shot here and see what happens. But anyway, trying to remember what I did on last video, but just as a quick recap kind of thing, make sure all this kind of stuff is good. You know, get to where you can bounce around them. Flip that sucker off of there. I know. Something's been over in that field there. I don't know what it is, if it's the peccaries or what, but I haven't had a real horse that just don't care about nothing. I was here a couple days ago and was all freaking out about something out here, so something's in here. So he looks occasionally, but you can see he's a lot calmer. Okay, kind of get that kind of stuff done. All this stuff is better. Fix his bridle pat there, bring his head down. Hey, buddy. Okay. Put my seatbelt on. Sometimes he'll still take like one step or something when I go to get on. But we'll see what happens. Fix this. I don't know what horse I had this on last. I think that's about right for him. If not, I'll fix it when I get up there. So anyway, again, like you've all seen me do a bunch of times before, you should be able to handle all this nonsense. Okay, both sides, everything's good. Then we go to get on. And what we've been doing with him is just trying to get his adrenaline in check. He's actually a really nice horse. Does a lot of good stuff. Just didn't ever want to like sit still too often. Always worried about stuff going on. Come up here, fix my glasses, tuck my shirt in, whatever I gotta do. Reach down, give him a pet. Don't touch my ear, lady. Okay. Reach his butt. He says, oh, I'm done with that. Move the lariat. Fix it a little bit. Adjust. Then we can get off and walking. Gather them up. Gather them together. Lift my body. And off we walk. And I'll just stay in these cone patterns again here. We've been doing a lot more than that lately, but that was crooked. Since it's easier to just kind of do what right here in front of the camera, since I don't have anybody operating it, can't follow me around, so we'll just do this. Oh, buddy, let me fix that. I was leaning over there too long. There we go. Okay, forward. When I make these turns, and I've been working a lot more on his softness, getting him softer on this bridle. Okay. Sometimes he still veers out a little bit here and there. He has a little bit of a balance problem at times still. But he's doing a whole lot better. You'll see when I get to yield the hindquarters, one side is pretty darn good. The other side, he's almost fallen a couple times on me. So I've been still working on that. And I play around up here a little bit on purpose. Then I pick him up again. Walk around, maybe I'll do some figure 8 work. Okay. Once this guy actually knows quite a bit of stuff. He just had to start getting his brain thinking. Okay. I didn't do any really warm up with him or nothing before this. Brought him down, make sure the saddle was tight and stuff like that, and that was the extent of my warm up with him. So this is him pretty darn cold. Although it's warm out today. But you know what I mean. Okay. Maybe I'll do a little bit of leg yielding here. Oh, there you got a little stuck on a rock. We'll try that again. He listens pretty good. Set it up a little bit better. Come around here and hind, front, hind, front, hind, front, hind, front, hind, front, hind, front, forward. Get him soft again. Sometimes he still chomps on that bit. He still has a bit to go. I mean, it's not even 30 days that I've been riding him yet. And for all the anxiety that this guy had a little bit of bit chomping. It'll go away over more time. So here, get them straight this time and ask for the legs. Hind, front, hind, front, hind, front, hind, front, hind, front, hind, front, straight and soft. Now I'm going to get him to kind of, I'm just running through stuff quick. This doesn't need to be a real long video. Just showing you what you can do if you're not beating up your horse all the time or running them scared. You know, there's times I got kind of firm on them. But if you just help them learn how to think, anybody that follows me on Facebook, you saw a post the other day, you know, like I was out here with him the other day for 3 hours with his butt up against that rail over there until he could kind of stand still and just relax. You just got to let him wait. You got to wait for it. You got to let him work through the stuff. Okay, I'm asking him to walk this slow. Trying to get him to use his muscles a little bit more. I'm going to ask him to stop here. Okay, I'm going to ask that hind quarter to yield. Good. Bring that front end across. And we're going to walk out. Good job, buddy. Just slow him up again. I slow him up with my body. Now my hands are short here. You know, he has a kind of a high headset here, and that's how he is. But I'm not pulling real hard all the time. Sometimes he'll lean on me and I'll close my hands. Okay, get you in a better position there. I'll close my hands, but it doesn't mean that I'm pulling real hard. My fingers, I mean, these reins slide through my hands all the time. Always adjusting. They're short, so I can help him, guide him still at this point. Slow him up a little bit more there. Get him to use that body. There we go. Make that turn. So don't think I'm like hauling off on his mouth all the time. Again, sometimes he's still learning how to adjust. He's still there you got a little discombobulated. He's still building those back muscles. He's still building his chest muscles. He's still building all of his muscles. So until those are built really well, I'm not going to expect him to be extremely soft in the face. You know, because otherwise I'm just getting a falseness. I want the softness to come from his body and from his mind. I'll stop again. Now, let's see, this is a side that he sometimes falls over on. There we go, hind quarter. Stop him, soft, and right, left, forward. Okay. He's actually extremely light, extremely soft as far as using my body to move his body. He's just learning his coordination. And if I got too heavy here, and I'm certainly not going to do it because I just spent, oh God, countless hours with this guy. I'm probably making $2 an hour with him with the amount of time I've been spending on him. But just helping him get through stuff. So I'm not going to show you if I overdo it, because I don't want to go backwards at this point yet. There will be a time when he'll be able to handle that, where I can go, you know, where I can push real hard or get more out of position while I'm asking for these things that I took so long to get him to calm down at. I'm going to move that hind quarter over a little bit. Still keep the front end going. I'm just moving his body. He got a little stuck there. There we go. Just moving his body around. Just basic body control. Okay. Nice. And then back up straight again. And out through the front. Straight. And I help him get straight there. When he gets crooked, I just use my thighs, my calves, whatever I need to. And it's just kind of like a little ping pong game. You know, he runs into the edges. When he tips out like he just did, if you saw that, he tipped me out to my left pretty hard. I just got him back up again. There, he's a little heavy. But again, this bridle work, you know, his bit will get softer and softer. It's already better. He has moments of real nice softness. Doesn't last real long, but as his body gets better, as his muscles get better, as his coordination get better, that all fixes. That's just the result. You know, he's heavy in the mouth. He's not hard-mouthed. That's not his issue. He was hard in the body so to speak, but not in the right way. Wasn't because his muscles were so trimmed and toned. It was because he was a nervous wreck. Okay? So I'm asking for this bend here. Now I'm going to ask this bend to kind of fade out. I'm going to use my left leg and just kind of keep that bend and fade it out, but not let him lean. And then I'm going to go straight again. So I'm just staying in this cone so I know where the heck I'm at, but not necessarily following the cone patterns all the time, but this is just, like I said, my visual. Okay, now maybe I'll switch that. Now I'm going to move his hind quarter over. Maybe. There we go. Just want to move his hind quarter over a little bit. He was leaning on me and got heavy on the forehand, which is why he could not move that hind quarter over. So I just fixed the rest, and as soon as I fixed the rest, then the hind quarter moved. If I would have gotten after him right there and said, move that hind quarter over, sucker, or else you're going to die, it wouldn't have done anything. Okay? It wouldn't have helped him learn how to do it. Now I have my right leg slightly back, and I'm just kind of pushing that hip over a little bit, and then I allow it to go forward again. So actually his body control when he's thinking is pretty darn good. Now, one thing I did notice with this guy, and I've actually had a few horses that have had this issue, depending on the light, as far as when it starts getting dark or if it's really, really cloudy, he's a lot more spooky and he's looking around at stuff. I'm wondering if maybe he has a slight vision issue. I've had some horses, or just, you know, that dusk kind of idea. I had a horse that I worked for a long time that you could put anybody on. I mean, this thing, you could ride bridleless down a parade, and, you know, it was an amazing horse. But dang it, I didn't even ride that thing if it was getting to be dusk. I mean, for quite a while. I mean, he could do all sorts of things, but at dusk, he was just an idiot. And just for a little while, and then it was all over. But he seems to have similar issues with that. If it's kind of getting dark, he's like all over the place, looking for the boogeyman. So, you know, it's something that I'll be talking to the owner about and just letting her aware of. It's kind of hard to test for that necessarily. I can't, like, give him a vision test as far as, you know, what letter is that, what shape is that. He can see, obviously, but it might just be some blurries or something. I don't see anything in his eyes necessarily that show that he has something too crazy, but you never know. There, he got kind of soft there for me. I'm going to release him. Now, if he doesn't get too far out of vision here, I'm just going to let him walk here for a second. He'll pick up his pace here. A literal pace sometimes. He is gated. So I'll just kind of pick up. I'll relax my body. Almost kind of lean forward a little bit. Just don't fall down the hill, dear. You know, just kind of relax. Okay, let him breathe. Now watch. I lift. I slide. I gather my body up. I get myself together. And he should come right back to me. And now I'm going to use, again, my leg yielding. I want to do a lot of lateral with him because he has that balance kind of issue there. I want to help him get more and more coordinated. I mean, he used to step on his own feet. You know, he'd almost fall over. All sorts of funky things were going on because he wasn't thinking. He looked like playing Twister with a couple monkeys or something, you know. It was kind of silly. But he's getting there. He's doing real good. There, he kind of got a little crooked there, and just put him right back. So you got to be real soft with this guy as far as your requests from your body. Like I was just saying a little bit earlier, if you start shoving on this guy, he's going to freak out again. And if you know, somebody gets on him and all of a sudden just takes off and runs real hard, you're going to waste all this stuff that I did. One day, you'll be able to ride him fast. But it's the matter of not riding him scared. Okay, I can move that hind quarter over to the right again, and the hind quarter over to the left. Yep, there he kind of got a little discombobulated. That's all right. Help him. Okay, and the hind quarter over to the right. Good. I'm going to stop, come back, bring that front end across, and come back up towards where you can see me, and I don't lose my battery on my microphone there, or the distance on my microphone. Soft. Okay. Nice and easy. So that's where this guy is, still chomping a little bit, but as he gets better developed, I'll repeat it again. So oftentimes, sorry, my text message keeps going off. I should have turned off my sound. As he gets more and more fit, his mind gets better and better, he'll be way softer. This is not a bit problem. Okay, this is a mental problem and a physical muscle problem. That'll come. You know, if I have him for another 30 days, I have no idea really what the owner really wants to do exactly in time. But this would pretty much be gone by that point because of how much progress he's making. And like I tell the owner a lot, I do a lot of obstacles with him just on the ground, letting him kind of figure out those feet. And yeah, we're at a stop now, buddy. Okay, letting him figure out those feet and just being able to place them, change directions on an obstacle, you know, put them the way I want them, and he just does that much better. So that's this guy and his progress here. And again, we had a little bit of time because it took a couple weeks for the farrier to get out, and then he lost a shoe for a few days, and then we had catastrophic winds, but he doesn't even have 30 days on him yet. And a lot of that, what I've had already, has just been trying to get him to calm down out there and do other stuff. I'd spend 2, 3, 4 hours just standing, letting him kind of figure life out. Come on, buddy. But he's doing real good. And I'll finish working him, but y'all don't need to see all that. Let him know I'm getting off. Okay. There you go, buddy. Come here, sweetheart. I know. Okay. So, that's it for him. Just a real short kind of video to kind of follow up. Still got lots of work to do, but it's coming. Again, no 30-day miracles, but we're getting there, huh, buddy? Yeah. All right. Thank you, and I'll try and do another one if I can. If not, at least you see some progress there.